The lawyer's hand shook as he placed the old, rusted key into mine, its jagged edges biting into my palm like a warning. This was her last request, he murmured, his gaze fixed anywhere but on me. For 12 years of marriage, Eleanor had forbidden me from setting foot on her family's farm. It's private, she'd snap, her green eyes flashing with fire I never dared challenge. Now, 6 weeks after her car sank into frozen river, the lawyer's words echoed in my skull. She left you the farm, but you must go alone. My stomach knotted, grief twisting with dread and something sharper. Betrayal. What had she been hiding on that land she guarded so fiercely? The dry, blurred past in streaks of bare trees and frostbitten fields, November sky pressing down like a bruise. My hands gripped the wheel, knuckles white, as Eleanor's voice whispered in memory, "Stay away, Tom. It's not for you." Once, early in our marriage, I'd tease her about buried treasure or family ghosts. She had only met me with silence, a wall I never climbed. With her gone, that wall now looked like a lie. The GPS chimed, pulling me back. A narrow dirt road broke left, half swallowed by brambles. I turned, tires crunching gravel, heart thudding like a trapped animal. The farm came into view, a sagging relic, red paint peeling, beams bowed with time. The barn stood apart, its doors chained shut, windows nailed tight. The air reeked of damp earth and rot, undercut with a metallic tang of fear rising in my throat. I parked by the farmhouse. The porch groaned under my weight. The key burned in my pocket. Why keep this place from me? Why get to me now? Mud sucked at my boots as I crossed the barn. The padlock was old but solid. The key turned with a reluctant click. The doors groaned open and darkness pressed in, thick enough to choke. The air inside was stale, heavy with dust and secrets. My flashlight beam carved a path through the gloom. Rusted tools, hay bales stacked like tombstones, and something else. A tarp-covered shape in the corner. My pulse spiked. Each step forward made the floorboards moan underfoot, every sound too loud in the silence. I pulled the tarp back, breath catching. A chest, wooden, carved with delicate vines and flowers. Beautiful, too beautiful for this ruin. My fingers lingered on the lid. This was hers. This was what she hid. It wasn't locked. I lifted the lid, and the world shifted. Bundles of letters, tied with faded ribbons. Each one addressed to Eleanor, the handwriting unfamiliar, slanted. Hands trembling, I untied the first. The paper smelled faintly of lavender, her favorite scent. My throat closed. My dearest Ellie, I dream of you every night. Your laugh, your touch. Signed James. Not me. Not her husband. The letter slid from my hands, spilling across my lap like blood. Each word a blade, tender, aching with a love I had never known from her. James wrote of stolen nights in this barn, of promises to run away. My head spun, memories replaying. Eleanor's late nights, sudden trips, hushed phone calls. I had trusted her, loved her, but the signs were there. The way she pulled back when I reached for her. The distracted smiles. The farm she kept locked away. I'd called it quirks. I'd called it love. Who the hell is James? I whispered into the shadows, my voice breaking. The dates cut deep, letters from before we met, through our engagement, even after our vows. Rage burned, then froze into grief. Had she ever loved me? Or was I just a safe bet, while her heart belonged elsewhere? I clutched the letter until it tore, the sound tearing me apart with it. Footsteps crunched outside. I froze. The flashlight flickered. The barn door creaked, and a shadow filled the frame. Tom, a voice called rough, familiar. Maggie, Eleanor's sister, pale, wide-eyed. Her gaze fell on the letters in my hands. She staggered back. You weren't supposed to find those. What is this, Maggie? My voice shook, raw with accusation. Who's James? She hesitated, lips trembling. Finally, in a whisper, you don't understand. Eleanor loved you. She did. But James, he was her first love. Her only love before you. Then why? The letters fell like ash at my feet. Why marry me? Why lie? Tears brimmed in Maggie's eyes. She wanted to protect you. James was dangerous. Drugs, debts, threats. She thought she could save him, but he dragged her into his chaos. She broke it off when she met you, but he wouldn't stop. He kept writing, kept showing up. She hid this place to keep you safe. Safe. My laugh came bitter, hollow. She lied to me every single day. She was terrified. Maggie snapped. Of him. Of losing you. She thought if you knew, you'd leave. I staggered back, crushed under the weight of her words. Eleanor, my fierce, untouchable Eleanor, afraid. I wanted to scream that Maggie was covering for her, but the letters cut deeper than denial. James was real. His love was real. Where is he now? I demanded, my voice like steel. Maggie's face drained. Gone. He overdosed 2 years ago. She never told you because she was ashamed. She thought you'd see her differently. The air left my chest. I saw Eleanor alone here, reading his letters in secret, torn between guilt and longing, hiding behind sharp words and guarded smiles. I wanted to hate her. I wanted to forgive her. I wanted her back just to ask why. There's more, Maggie whispered. She pointed at the chest, under the false bottom. My hands moved before thought caught up, prying at the wooden panel. Beneath it, an envelope, my name scrawled in Eleanor's hand. My heart stilled. I opened it, fingers numb. Her words were rushed, ink blurred with tears. Tom, if you're reading this, I'm gone. I'm sorry. I never deserved you. James was my mistake, my shame. I kept him from you to protect you, but I know I broke us. I love you. I always will. Please forgive me. The letter slipped from my grasp, floating down like a dying leaf. I sank beside it, vision blurred. Maggie's hand touched my shoulder, but I barely felt her. The barn closed in, its shadows thick with Eleanor's secrets, her regrets, her love. I wanted to set it all ablaze, letters, barn, pain. But I also wanted to clutch them forever, to hold on to what little of her remained. The wind howled outside, rattling loose boards. Maggie's voice was gentle, tentative. What will you do now? I had no answer. Couldn't form one. The farm, the chest, Eleanor's confession. They were a puzzle I'd never solve. She had loved me, maybe, but she had loved him too. And now she was gone, leaving me with a key, a chest, and a truth sharper than any lie. I rose, clutching her letter, and stepped into the night. The barn shadows trailed after me like ghosts. The farm was mine now. So was her betrayal. And I would carry both until they broke me.